Here's 6 credit card hacks that can quickly boost your credit score so you can stop getting denied for your next credit card, your next car purchase, and potentially save over $100,000 on the price of your next home just by having better credit. If you've ever wondered about when to pay your credit card bill and how much to pay for your best credit score, we're talking about that. And later I'll show you how a sponsor of today's video, Ava Finance, helps most of their members raise their credit scores in just 30 days. But first, let's dive into what a perfect credit profile looks like according to the FICO scoring model. Your FICO score is what 90% of lenders use when judging your credit worthiness, and this information comes directly from the FICO scoring company. First up, payment history, which makes up a whopping 35% of your FICO score. High achievers really shine here. Around 90% of them have no 30-day late payments, no 60-day late payments, and no derogatory marks either. That's like acing every single test in school. They're making their payments on time every time. Next, we have credit utilization, which accounts for 30% of your score. Think of this as your homework grade. High achievers here typically have balances on 3 accounts, owe less than $2,500 in total, and have a credit utilization rate of less than 7%. That's like consistently turning in all your homework assignments and making sure they're top notch. Then there's length of credit history, accounting for 15% of your score. This is the equivalent of attendance being present over a long period of time. High achievers here typically have an average credit history of 9 years or more, and their oldest account is about 25 years old. These folks have been in the credit card game for a while, and their consistency really pays off. Inquiries are next, making up 10% of your score. This is like the extra credit of your credit score. About 70% of high achievers have no credit inquiries in the past year, and their most recent account is around 2 years and 7 months old. They're not frequently shopping for new credit, which signals to lenders that they're not in financial distress. Finally, we have credit mix, which also makes up 10% of your score. This is like your variety of extracurricular activities. It really shows that you're well-rounded. High achievers usually have 5 installment accounts and 6 revolving accounts, demonstrating that they can handle different types of credit responsibly. So I would say if you want the best possible chance of getting approved for different cards at the best rates, then you want your credit profile to look a lot like this. So the first hack, and one of the key ways to improve your credit score, is by diversifying your credit mix. If you only have credit card debt, adding an installment loan to your credit profile can give your score a meaningful boost. But you might be thinking, how can I take on an installment loan without getting into more debt? That's where Avas Savings Builder comes into the picture. With this solution, you're not just taking on more credit, you're also building your savings too. Here's how it works. You set aside a small amount, as little as $21 per month, in your locked up Ava account. This approach lets you build credit while also growing your savings. It's like hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. Now remember that payment history is the most significant factor affecting your credit score. With Ava's Savings Builder, each on-time payment you make contributes to that history. It's like showing up on time for every meeting. People start to rely on you. And in the credit world, reliability can lead to an improved credit score over time. Lastly, let's not forget about the length of your credit history. Taking out an installment loan and making regular payments over an extended period of time can add more chapters to your financial biography. With Avas Savings Builder, you're essentially doing the same thing, but with a nice twist. After completing the plan, you gain access to all your savings. It's all yours with 0% interest. That's $250 back in your pocket at the end of the year. Remember what we discussed earlier, that FICO score high achievers have an average of 5 installment loan accounts on their credit report, so the more positive activity you can get reporting in this area is great. Let's talk about the revolving lines of credit. First, remember what we're dealing with when we talk about revolving credit. Credit cards are a prime example. You're given a credit limit and you can borrow up to that amount. As you pay off your balance, the credit becomes available to you again. Now, how can Ava's Credit Builder card specifically help boost your credit score? So this new card is designed to help you build credit by using less credit, which is pretty unique in the credit card world. It has no interest fees, instant approval, and a high credit limit. Ava's Credit Builder card is crafted to help you lower your credit card utilization. Remember that credit card utilization contributes about 30% to your credit score. With a higher credit limit and responsible usage, you can keep your credit utilization rate lower, which can potentially give your credit score a quick boost. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Ava's Credit Builder card is for online recurring expenses like Netflix, Spotify, Amazon, and even more. This is a smart strategy. By using the card for small, manageable expenses that you pay anyway, you're regularly adding positive marks to your payment history, which makes up 35% of your credit score. By using this card responsibly over time, you're adding to your credit history, which can be beneficial for your score. One of the best features of the Ava Credit Builder card is that they report your progress to all 3 credit bureaus. This means all those on-time payments and low utilization rates aren't going unnoticed. In fact, scores can go up in as little as 30 days. So definitely hit the link below to get 20% off your first year of credit building with Ava Finance. FICO score high achievers have an average of 6 revolving accounts, so adding this one from Ava should positively impact your credit score in a major way. Let's talk about credit card payment strategies that really might change how you view your credit card bill. This is about shifting your focus from your due date to the statement date and optimizing your credit card utilization. So here's how it works. First off, you might be surprised by this, but you really need to forget about the due date mentioned on your credit card statement. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but here's the thing. That due date is mainly for calculating interest charges, not for credit card utilization. As long as you're paying your previous statement balance in full, interest rates won't be an issue. Instead, let's focus on statement date or closing date. This is the day that your credit card company reports your balance to the credit bureaus, and really the key to this whole strategy. Grab a bright marker and circle that date on your calendar. Stick post-it notes around your house. Do whatever it takes to remember this date. Here's the next step. 2 days before the statement date, pay down your card balance to 5% of your credit card limit. So if your limit is $1,000, aim to have a balance of just $50 on your card. This is an optimal utilization percentage that can help boost your credit score. Now, once your statement is generated, you'll notice a due date about 20 days away. But remember, we're not focusing on that date with this strategy. Instead, 2 days after the statement date, the one you've got marked everywhere, pay off the rest of the card balance, bringing it down to 0. This ensures you've made the minimum payment required by the due date and avoided any interest charges. By doing this 4-day dance, you've effectively eliminated your due date, reported optimal utilization, and avoided any interest payments. Plus, your card now has a 0 balance and you're free to use it as you please. You can even max out the card, pay it down again, and repeat the process every month, starting from step 2. This way, you're never paying interest, possibly maximizing rewards if your card offers them, and working to boost your credit score. Remember, FICO score high achievers have below a 7% utilization rate, so this method keeps you under that threshold. Next, raising your credit limits can really send your credit score shooting upwards. Think of your credit limit as a financial runway. The longer the runway, the more space you have to maneuver. When you request a higher credit limit and it's granted, but you keep your balance the same, something pretty neat happens. You just instantly lowered your overall credit utilization. Now, you might wonder, why does that matter? Well, credit utilization is a significant factor in determining your credit score. It makes up about 30% of your score, to be precise. This rate is all about the ratio of your outstanding balance to your total credit limit. So if you got a credit limit of $1,000 and you owe $500, your credit utilization is 50%. But if you increase that credit limit to $2,000 without increasing your balance, your utilization drops to 25%. Lower credit utilization is a good thing in the eyes of credit bureaus. It shows them that you're not maxing out your credit and that you're able to manage credit responsibly. It's like showing off your ability to enjoy a buffet without overeating, which tells everyone you've got a handle on self-control. The largest factor that determines your credit limit is your income. As your income increases, you should maintain a good credit profile with each bank. This way, they're aware of your higher disposable income and feel more comfortable lending you larger credit limits. I'll tell you, banks typically lend around 10% of your yearly income, with some variation, of course. Most consumer credit cards have a maximum limit of $25,000, while certain credit unions may offer limits up to $50,000 or even higher than that, $80,000. But here's a pro tip. You can actually include your household income on credit card applications. The only criteria are that you must be over 21 years old and have reasonable access to the household's money. This can legitimately boost your income. Based on my experience, most credit card issuers follow a 6-month cycle for credit limit increases. However, a few may allow increases more frequently if the conditions are right. It's important to ensure that the credit card issuer performs a soft credit pull instead of a hard credit pull, because a hard pull can temporarily damage your FICO score. Next, becoming an authorized user on someone else's credit card account can can help boost your score. This strategy is a bit like hitchhiking a ride on someone else's credit card journey, and it can help pave the way to a higher credit score for you. Here's how it works. If you have a friend or relative who's got a credit card account with a higher credit limit and a great record of on-time payments, then you can ask them to add you as an authorized user on their account. That account then pops up on your credit reports. The higher credit limit associated with that account can help lower your overall credit utilization rate. This strategy, also known as credit piggybacking, allows you to benefit from their positive payment history. It's a bit like getting a credit score bump from their responsible credit behavior. The best part is the account holder doesn't even have to let you use the card or share the account number with you. You can still see your credit score improve. But there is a small catch though. To get the most out of this strategy, you need to make sure the account reports to all three major credit bureaus, and that's Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Most credit cards do, but it's always good to double check this. So we got to talk about the accuracy of your credit score. Did you know that a simple mistake on your credit report could be dragging your score down? Remember that FICO score high achievers have 0 30-day or 60-day late payments and 0 derogatory marks on their credit reports. Disputing errors on your credit report can be like finding hidden treasure that can quickly improve your credit score. You're entitled to free credit reports from each of the three major credit bureaus, so you can get a free peek into your financial history. You can use annualcreditreport.com to request these reports, and then it's time to put on your detective hat. You're looking for any kind of mistakes. This could be payments marked as late when you know you've paid on time, credit activity that isn't yours showing up on your credit report, or negative information that's so old it shouldn't be listed anywhere. Once you've spotted these errors, it's time to dispute them. The idea of disputing errors might seem a bit intimidating, but it's actually a pretty straightforward process, and the potential benefits to your credit score make it well worth your time. Now, if you have a collections account on your report, paying it off removes the threat of being sued over the debt. Plus, you might be able to persuade the collection agency to stop reporting the debt once you pay it. Moreover, if the collection account on your credit report isn't accurate or it's too old to be listed, you can also have it removed. It's similar to disputing an error. The best way to handle problems like this is by sending out official dispute letters. So to make things easier for you, when you hit the link below, I'm giving you free letter templates that you can use to handle these disputes and collections. These templates will guide you through the process of crafting effective dispute letters. They'll show you how to structure your letters and what information to include and how to phrase your dispute to get the best results. Remember, these letters could be your ticket to a higher credit score. So take advantage of these free resources and get started on clearing up those credit report errors and handling those collections. If you want to see a strategy to put all of your credit card debt into one easily manageable place that has 0% interest for up to 15 months, then check out this video next. Thank you for watching.